Welcome back to Let's Play Ace Combat X.
Ace Combat Triple... oh, I did that one already.
The Return of Xander Cage. I always want to call that movie The Return of Xander Cruz, but then I remembered, no wait, that's Frisky Dingo.
Terminus Island is home to both vital Aurelian oil fields and the Gleipnir's hangar. Intelligence has informed us that an Aurelian scientist is being held captive within this facility. It's highly likely that he has obtained invaluable information on the Gleipnir, and more importantly, he is a fellow Aurelian who must be rescued. The Allied submarine Naiad will be used in his rescue. In order to draw the enemy's attention from the Naiad, the Allied fleet will engage in a diversionary operation. Our duty will be to protect the fleet. The enemy is expected to launch anti-submarine aircraft. Although our main objective is to protect the diversionary fleet, we must also ensure the safety of the Naiad. If you confront any anti-submarine aircraft, take them out as soon as possible.
Okay, so, well, it's back, the loudest submarine ever.
We painted it yellow and orange, and it's loud from the environment.
Because of course it is.
You could, honestly, I think you could probably paint a submarine any color you wanted, because, like, it's not a matter of seeing it in the traditional sense. It's a matter of seeing it through sonar, you know?
Yeah. Although I suppose there is like an element of like if it surfaces at nighttime and if it's a bright color, then you could probably see it, but
Well, yeah, but it's also a submarine surfacing on the middle of an ocean at nighttime. How are you gonna see it?
also very true, yeah.
You're gonna shine spotlights from your ship that's gonna be right next to it or something like that? In that case, the submarine fucked up by surfacing right next to a ship with spotlights.
So what you're saying is the US Navy is cowardly for not painting their submarines hot pink.
Yes, in fact. Hot pink with the shark mouths again.
God, yeah, there needs to be more things with just, like, those dopey shark mouths on them. Like, those things are both cool and stupid at the same time.
And why is your plane not more colorful?
I mean, there are alternate skins that you can unlock. Like, you saw, like, I was showing off the one that I unlocked in Mission 4B that the named Ace Savannah was flying, but no, I've decided that I'm gonna stick to just the regular, like, stock Aurelian skins for missions, and, like, unless I have to take a plane out for a second time, then I'll use the alternate skins to it.
Yeah, but this is the director's cut.
True, but this is my LP, stop arguing.
Okay.
I mean, that said, like, it's not in this video, but you'll see it, like, later on. You, I mean, the audience, not you. Like, you're never gonna watch any of these videos.
That is correct.
But yeah, like, one of the special skins that you unlock for the F-14 later on, like, if you grind out, like, its kill count ratio to 100%, is, the Zapan skin from Ace Combat 5, which is literally just, like, bright Saints Row purple and just, like, cherry blossoms all over it.
That's really good.
It actually is, like, a lot of the alternate skins that show up in X are basically just stuff curved from Ace Combat 5, but, oh yeah, no, the Sapong skin is, like, really, really good, and it's showed up in a bunch of games now at this point.
That's fun. Also, I think our favorite Texan got on the radio.
Oh yeah, the captain of the Naiad is back, and he's having as good a time as he ever was.
I remember this guy. I didn't remember much else, but as soon as I saw this mission in the thing, because we were talking about, you know, the fact that we were doing the re-record, I was like, I remember this guy. I don't know anything else about planes, but I remember this man. Except I thought he was Scottish in my head.
Oh my god, well...
But
I mean,
then, I thought he was, and then you immediately said he was Texan, so I was like, oh, damn.
I mean, yeah, it was a capital A accent at the very least. But it's like, yeah, like, you're not alone in just, like, suddenly remembering things tied to, like, the voice acting of the game, because, like, I did stand up in the skies with C. Jacobs yesterday, and just, like, he was like, man, I don't remember anything about this part, and then suddenly it gets to the part where, like, the Gleipnir's captain has a meltdown, and he's like, oh my god, I remember this now.
All I know about Ace Combat is that some man in 7 gets his crisp white sheets trampled on.
Yes, and he has a complete meltdown over it.
Yeah.
Returning now!
It's like, yeah, you have your crisp white sheets just marched all over with some dirty boots, and then you just, I don't know, gotta kill a fucking million people, because, sure. Like, there's a video called, like, an inaccurate summary of Ace Combat 7, and when they introduce the DLC missions, like, the guy's like, hey Google, how can I kill 1 million people?
The Naiad has surfaced!
This is the Naiad.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, ironically, the Ace Combat 7 DLC is also about the very, very loud captain of a submarine, so it's thematic at least.
Aircraft have taken off from a nearby enemy base! Naiad! Maintain your present course! You've got to make it out of there! It's no use! Fog is blocking their path! All pilots, do something about that iceberg!
Just blow up the iceberg. That'll work.
I mean, it's how we solve every other problem in this universe.
Every problem in this universe is solved through judicious application of aircraft.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't matter how big or small the problem. It's just all aircraft.
Pretty much, yeah.
You would think that, like, eventually some problem wouldn't be able to be solved with it. But, nope. You just throw planes at everything.
No.
Doesn't matter how... You know, the budgets on all of these countries must just be just astronomical for them to all have many planes.
Well, I love Ace Combat Infinity's, like, stupid explanation for it. Like, it's not set in Strange Real, but, like, in its intro cutscene, it basically, like, it's allegedly set in, like, our real-world Earth, but it's like, oh yeah, there's this company that came up with the ability to basically just 3D print fighter planes. So, like, there's like 1 billion planes and no pilots around, so...
Why are we
I'm assuming...
going through the oil fields?
Yeah, I figured, well...
Scenic route. I get
yeah,
it.
just keep... Yeah, do the scenic route, because it's like... I have the graphical capability to actually show that off this time in some detail, so... And plus, that iceberg ain't going anywhere, although... Like...
These guys don't have global warming.
No.
Climate change.
Excuse me. That we know of anyway.
Couldn't you, like... Couldn't they go around that iceberg?
They said in the cutscene that basically their helm control is offline, so they're just drifting towards it now.
That seems bad.
But yeah, basically, here is the strongest enemy in, like, the entire fucking franchise, a goddamn iceberg.
That seems appropriate. Consider, that's land.
Yeah.
You ever, I mean, you can destroy, you know, planes and stuff, but you ever just tried shooting a bunch of missiles at the ground?
Constantly when I'm frustrated by a certain mission or two. What I'm really, like, loving / scratching my head out over is just the fact that you can lock onto this thing with, like, guided penetrated bombs and heat-seeking missiles, too.
You know, it's got there's a heat signature or something. I don't know, man.
I'm assuming they're just being dumbfired. I don't know.
Iceberg confirmed. He discovered it, so he makes it to battle zone.
How exciting. Does the iceberg count for your kill count?
Oh god, I'm gonna have to like actually like look and see on the info screen at the end. Because that would be hilarious
It would
if
be
it
really
does.
funny if it just says iceberg 1. It's just separate. I don't know.
Because like they like Project Aces sometimes does like funny shit like that with like the scores and everything because there's a mission in Ace Combat 7 where you have to like escort like a really asshole colonel who's just been like making your life miserable for probably a quarter of the game at that point. And like the mission starts with you spawning in right behind his plane, and like there's about a 10-second window where he's like actually vulnerable before like his invincibility frames kick in. So like if you just like lay on the guns and blow his plane up, he dies and you get 1,000 points for killing him.
Does the mission end? I imagine it
yeah,
must.
The mission fails automatically, but before you get the mission failed ding, yeah, you get 1,000 points on the scoreboard. It's like they fucking knew.
Well, I hate to say it, but the iceberg was the most exciting part of this.
Unfortunately, yeah, basically, yeah. Now it's just, we have to fend off just waves and waves of these stupid, stealth fighters because, like...
They don't seem like they're being very stealthy.
Not really, although, the most interesting thing about them is just kind of their paint scheme that, again, you unlock at the end of the game because, you get all the enemy paint schemes for beating the game.
I can't see the paint scheme through the explosion.
But yeah, basically, like the real tense part of this is okay. Like I'm running out of missiles, and I think like the stealth fighters keep spawning in infinitely, and
All right, well
I think
that's fair, I guess.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair. Like I'm really not paying attention to anything with like your weapons, your quantities or anything like that.
yeah, and also like the big thing is like they show up on radar, like, but if like you lose sight of them or whatever, like occasionally like their stealth will kick in and they'll just dip off radar so you can't target them or find them anymore. Like see, like right here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, so you kind of got to be facing them. So it becomes like a visual radar.
And then basically, yeah, that's just the gimmick of the mission until like the Naiad, like you can see, it's like the
cross,
blue hexagon,
yeah.
down. So like once it gets to that open channel, then it's effectively out of the combat zone.
If it can't steer, I don't know how it's going to steer down that winding river.
I think they mentioned that they've repaired the helm now conveniently, so
We've repaired it. We couldn't have done this fast enough to avoid the iceberg, but we got it now, guys. Thanks.
yeah. Basically, yeah, time moves at the speed of gameplay in the Ace Combat universe.
This is the Naiad! We've made it to the combat zone border! Thanks!
This is the Naiad. We ain't gonna die.
The mission was a success. The Naiad has returned to port safe and sound. Thanks to the recon data from
Okay,
the Naiad,
if it doesn't show up on the
Great
list when
Near's
I'm
stealth
done with all of it, then I'm gonna edit it in
It'll
there
take
just to
some
make
time
sure it does.
analyze the data, but it looks like there
No,
might
what are you
Iceberg.
saying? It's there.
Shut down
I
the
see
stealth
it
system.
right now.
This information may help us gain the upper hand in our battle against the Gleipnir.
Iceberg, 1,000 points.
It's as much as the other guy. New aircraft unlocked. Icebreaker. You have to dive to break the iceberg.
Oh, that's one way of doing it.
It sure would be.